Good evening London, welcome back to the vlog. This is number 2, my second vlog as I enter the world of YouTube. And tonight I'm going to head over to Battersea Power Station, the beast. And basically I want to go and show you a couple of shots that I've taken about 5 years ago and just kind of shoot similar compositions and just show you how much that place has changed, because the development down there has been absolutely phenomenal over the last few years. And yeah, I think it could be quite an interesting comparison. So next stop, Battersea. So welcome to Battersea Park. Or Battersea Power Station. If I show you just over in front of me now is the bridge I want to shoot from, and essentially we're going to shoot back over that bridge, and we'll get this bridge here in the foreground and then over to the Battersea Power Station in the background. Just arrived up on Chelsea Bridge. This is a stunning bridge, so if you've never been here, I highly recommend it a visit. If you can see it behind me there. Really, really iconic, awesome to photograph, and a pleasure to walk, cycle or run over or drive over. Looking at my composition now, so on my phone I've got a copy of the shot. Essentially there's a few boats here on the left hand side. It looks like there's 4 there but only 2 in my photo, so that's just changed very slightly. But apart from that, composition on the right with the power station, and I shot that at 22mm. That was on my D5300, which is a crop sensor, so it's a 33mm equivalent on the full frame, which I'm shooting on today. So we've got to grab the camera out of the bag and try and find it doesn't have to be identical, but try and find a very similar composition to what I shot here in the past. And I just love the fact that this sign on the side of Battersea Power Station says "Spot the difference," and today it's going to be a huge difference. Conditions are actually pretty good. It's pretty clear sky. There's a nice deep blue colour to it, a few white clouds around, so I think for the photo should be nice. It's actually quite similar to what I did a few years back, so kind of a good night to choose to do it. Okay, so I'm up on Chelsea Bridge, and I'm not going to be out here for a long time. This is the sort of bridge that I get fascinated by, and I've walked up and down it for hours at a time, just enjoying the shoot. But tonight I know the shot I want to get, I know the composition. So I'm only going to take a couple of shots really, get on the bridge, find the spot, take that shot, and then I'm going to have a little cycle, jump back on the bike just about 200 yards down around the corner, and there's another composition just sort of underneath and beside that bridge that we're going to shoot in the frame now. And that's quite a cool shot around there, which is quite nice to take a look at again. And I'll try and give just a tip or two. I'll just talk through my settings and so on, just to give you a feel for what it is I'm looking to achieve in the photo. So quick clean of the lens. I've got the 24-70 f4 kit lens on, which is a great lens that I got with the Nikon Z6 probably nearly 2 years ago. And as I say, I need to shoot it at like 33mm roughly. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, so let's call it 35mm. And that'll be a good shot for it. So yeah, let's go and find that spot. So when I shot this a few years back, my camera settings were f10, 30 seconds and ISO 100. So that's pretty cool. I'd be happy to shoot with that today. Definitely ISO 100. I think 30 seconds is cool for smoothing out the water. And then the shutter speed can be whatever it needs to be. Ideally somewhere between f8 and f11 is good. It's a little bit darker now than what it was, I guess, when I shot a few years back, so I'm at f8 instead of f10, just let a little bit more light in for that 30-second exposure. I'll put it on 2-second timer. We've got a train coming across now, so that's kind of cool. Don't think I had that in the past, but I'll double check. But basically anything that's moving through the frame now It's going to give us a little bit of a light trail, but one thing to be aware of on this bridge, as much as it's a massive solid bridge, you can feel the traffic under your feet when it goes, so you need to be a bit careful of getting any camera shake. So definitely worth checking after you've taken the photo. Just zooming in, that looks good to me. Definitely want to shoot a couple of exposures on this. So my second exposure, I've gone up to f11, which will be darker. The building, Battersea itself, has got some quite bright lights on it, and I don't want to overexpose that element of the image. So by taking another exposure now, a little bit darker, it's just going to just give me all the detail in that building. So if you're new to photography, that's a technique called bracketing, where you can take maybe 2, 3, 4 images. I typically would take 2 or 3 images to blend together, and just take the best of the highlights and the shadows, just so you can get a nicely exposed image in the key areas that you want. There's a plane flying through the shot then, so it almost looks like a Nike tick. So that's something to look for in your photos, if you like kind of creative, those creative elements to the shot. And this second shot on probably 30 seconds f8 will be the main shot, and then I'll use the darker one just to, if I need to, recover some of those overexposed areas. Composition looks good, very similar to what we had in the past. And I'll get one more now. There's just a couple of trains, or a train coming over from both directions. I think one of the keys with nighttime photography is, as the elements change, it could be an aeroplane in the sky, a boat going through the shot, a train coming through the scene, could be traffic on the bridge. They can add such brilliant creativity to the shot. So I would definitely encourage you to come out, have a little bit of time, have patience, and just let the conditions evolve. I've spent hours out on the streets of London just photographing. I could spend an hour or two just on this one bridge, even just in this one little area, just to take my time and let nature do its thing. And also your observation will change. So looking at the chimneys now, I'm seeing a little bit more smoke coming out. So maybe there was no smoke there 10 minutes ago, and now there is some. That adds a little bit more element to the photo. So now if I see that, I'm like, right, let's take the shot again, and hopefully get a better result as the effect of that smoke adds to it. Right, so image number 1 is in the bag. I'm going to head down to the bridge, just as I say, sort of 200 yards down the road, next to the bridge. And just before I go there, I've just taken 2 or 3 images of some of the traffic going over this Chelsea Bridge, and they look pretty cool. The light trails are pretty awesome. So that's probably a video for another shoot if you'd like to see that. If you've got any questions about long exposure photography, how to get those light trails, then just drop them in the comment below and I'll answer them for you. And hopefully be able to give you a tip or two, because once you understand it, it's a really cool kind of technique to go and use at night time. Right, so shot number 2 it's a little bit tucked away, and so basically just as you come under the bridge on the right hand side, I'll show it to you now, there's just this kind of small little area just next to the railings. Got the bridge on the right hand side over to Battersea Power Station and then down to the river. So that's the look of this shot. Pretty dark down here. So yeah, that's the shot for this one. I remember the first time I discovered this little spot, I think I've probably seen an image or 2 online. I thought, oh, that looks awesome, but where is it? And then you come down and you find it and you're like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, good thing to get out, explore, have a little search around for some new images. And this one, this is a great little spot. I enjoy shooting here. Similar as up on the bridge for the first time, I'm not really here to get creative. I just want to shoot a similar composition to what I did in the last time. The sky, there's hardly any clouds up there now, just kind of a nice deep blue colour. So yeah, I'll get in and shoot that. After that, I'll just head back, get them up on the big screen and see how they compare. And the framing of the shot is just a little bit left and right of the power station itself. The building on the right hand side is, it wasn't even there in the past. On the left hand side, there's actually a couple of cranes on there which are different to the ones that were there in the past, but kind of have a similar look to the composition, so that's kind of handy for them to be in there. Hope you enjoyed the comparison of Battersea Power Station from 5 years ago to today. For those of you that are not getting out and about too much, when you do get out, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy getting your exercise, make sure you're proactive to get your exercise. Take your camera, take your phone, just capture maybe a few images of what's in your local area. For me, it takes 20 minutes to cycle here, get a little bit of exercise in, shoot a photo, have a little comparison, get your gloves on because it's freezing. Yeah, and enjoy it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the vlog. Battersea Power Station is certainly amongst my favourite landmarks around London to photograph, and this image for me it's one I look back on with a lot of fond memories. It's when I was around about the time I was really starting to get into photography, and I just bought my first camera. I was cycling around London, much like I was during this vlog, and yeah, just enjoying to be outside and taking some nighttime photography and experimenting with the camera and the conditions and so on. And obviously with the spot the difference sign there on the side of Battersea Power Station, I found it quite it's amazing really to see how much that has changed over the years, in the space of about 6 years since that photo was first taken. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the comparison, and yeah, I'm going to do a series of vlogs of a similar nature, heading around to St Paul's, Tower Bridge, London Eye, and many of other iconic locations. So if you like London and you enjoy the photography side of it, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I look forward to sharing more photography with you soon.